We are live. We have my former one-on-one client, Kim, with us today. So excited to have you here, Kim. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm happy to be here, Heather.
Absolutely. So, Kim, we're so excited to hear more about you. Can you give us a little background on, your education, the type of work you've done in the past, and also your coaching and your businesses?
Yeah. So, I am a registered nurse. I pretty much always knew I wanted to do that right out of high school. Went to college. In the beginning, I was kind of a young mom raising kids, so I did a few different things in the beginning, like home health care and nursing home, and then I ended up getting into the emergency medicine. So I spent 10 years, I think, in the ER. Crazy, right? And I did do some MICU transporting and different things like that. But critical care was, really what I did the bulk of. And then in 2010, I actually had a stage 4 cancer diagnosis that took me out of practice for about 3 years while I went through that healing process, right? I went back then to an OBGYN office, so lots of women's health. And that's basically really what I think the cancer diagnosis, and then just like having my eyes opened to things differently, like for my own personal health, my own time with my family, really put me into, hey, I want to do something different. I don't want to just have people come back in with the same problems, being sick all the time. I want to help them get well, right? And then when they get well, then their kids get well, and their spouse gets well, and their grandkids get well, right? So there's generational things that happen.
Yeah.
So I actually went back to IIN, which I'm sure, a lot of people are familiar with, the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, went through their health coaching program. And that's kind of when I shortly after met you. So, yeah.
Amazing. So cool to see your journey and all the things that you've been up to. So we'd love to hear, when we first started working together almost 5 years ago, where were you at and where did you want to go?
Yeah. So where I was at was along that journey, which I'm sure you are familiar with, I ran into an MLM company, right? So I was with a health and wellness company, doing a lot of, now I also had, like I said, I had gone and got a coaching degree in a sense through IIN, but I was just kind of confused. You know what I mean? Like I was, really leading with the MLM products, and having a lot of success, right? Like it was still a very good thing. But I felt like I was coaching for free, if that makes sense. Like I was giving so much and I was giving away so much for free. And also the other part of that was the company, again, nothing negative in a sense about that, but just for me personally, I always felt like there was a carrot being dangled and I was chasing after it, right? So really when I met you, I was at the point where I was just like, I felt kind of done. You know what I mean? Like I was burned out. I really wanted to lead with coaching, but I didn't know how. I didn't have clarity. I just really didn't know how to do it. I knew that I had a lot of knowledge. I knew that what I had was valuable and that it did warrant me actually charging for what I do, but I was clueless, right? And so then you and I had actually met prior to that, even like on Facebook, years before, and you were just so faithful and good about keeping in touch and checking in, how's life, what's going on, and so that's really when, you and I met and you introduced me to what you were doing at that time, which was helping nurses become coaches.
Yes, I love it. Yep. So awesome. And we'd love to hear what you accomplished during our work together and since then.
Yeah. So funny thing, and I'm sure a lot of people probably feel the same way. I was like, Heather's really nice. I'm just going to listen to her. This is probably good. I'll just meet with her. And I'm like, I just don't think I want to invest in anything like this right now. That was my mindset coming in. And then, we had our one-on-one meeting and you just really laid out something to me that really I was sold, because it was something I really wanted to be, which was organized. I am type A, I'm a first child, there seems to be a lot of that in me, but there was just because I didn't have the experience, and you just really laid it out. So what we did, or what I feel like really happened in our time together, was you helped me put some systems together. You helped me to get organized. in a way that almost forced me to take the time, in a good sort of way, forced me to take the time to sit down, to do the work, right? To carve out the time and say, and you gave me permission that this is my program, right? I can do this however I want to do it. If I want to bring faith into it, I can bring my faith into it. If I want to bring, whatever, however I want that to look. So, I slowly, listened to your advice and just carved out that time and wrote the program. And my program is so very similar to what I did. It's morphed a little bit, but it's very similar to the layout of this is how we start, and I walk clients through. So that's really, what we did together. I also, of course, built some confidence going forward, realized that I could charge for, the service that I was providing. And also, silently behind the scenes, I was gleaning from you, right? And I was borrowing your belief in me and your confidence in me along the way. So that's really what I feel like, we kind of accomplished together.
I love that. That's amazing. So cool that you've been able to get so organized, and so cool that you're using like a similar type version of the program that you created during our work together almost 5 years ago. So it's just so cool to see how your confidence has grown. I love that you have grown so much in your belief too. And it's just so cool to see everything that you're doing now. We'd love to hear, the next question would be like, what has been your favorite part of this kind of work and online coaching?
Oh gosh, my favorite part is really celebrating my clients' wins.
Yeah.
And it's so vast, like so many times people come and they think they just want to lose weight, right? Like, I think that's very typical of women. They just want to lose weight. But it's really cool to hear wins. Like, we actually see data. Like, I encourage my clients, to get some labs. And so it's really cool to see, some of those lab changes for the positive. It's cool to hear things like my husband started reading labels and started talking to his mom about it, right? Or like my kids are asking for more fruit. I've had moms say, can you coach my daughter? So there's just really, some of those wins are not necessarily about a size, not necessarily about a number. They realized that they were holding on to some unforgiveness, right? Like, because my program really covers a lot of different things. And so it's really, they're learning how to be kinder to themselves. Like, there's just so much. And that, I think, I'm glad that I took the risk, right? That I'm glad that I said yes to put something together that I can offer to women. And that really gives me, like, that's a reward back to me. I learn from them and they learn from me at the same time. So, yeah.
That's what I love about coaching so much, is that we learn from each other. And really, it's just so rewarding watching people transform that we're helping. It's just the best feeling in the world, right? And as nurses, that's what it's all about. That's why we got into nursing in the first place, is to really help people and to really make a difference. And that's what we're able to do with coaching. So it's such a gift and such a blessing. I love that. And we'd love to hear some of the specific results you've had since we have worked together, and also during that time. I know you mentioned that you've been working with clients. We'd love to hear more about that.
Yeah. So, obviously I work with clients one-on-one most of the time. I also do run some group programs, because not everybody is ready for maybe like a 4-month commitment, or, the time commitment or the financial investment in their health. Sometimes their belief has to grow a little bit in that area. So I will do, like I said, one-on-one coaching, some group things. I also love to get out in my community. So I recently have done like a smoothie workshop where we gathered a bunch of women together and I walked them through, how to build a healthy smoothie. I've done speaking engagements, different things like that. So I recently had like a little homeschool group reach out to me and ask, can you do a teen program? So I do have a niche in a sense that I really do work with, which tends to be more, my age women. I just recently turned 50. And so that's a lot of the women, but I also get this, what I've also noticed recently is women in maybe like their early 30s, because they have watched their moms suffer and they don't want to be like that, right? Or they really want to build a strong foundation for their children. So even though I do kind of, I think, have that niche that I tend to speak to. It's really cool when you get, other age groups that you can just really mentor in a different way. So
yeah, absolutely. I love that. And we'd love to hear how you feel now compared to how you felt before we started working together.
Well, I definitely feel more confident. I probably, like I said before, just really felt like I didn't have much clarity. I didn't really know what I was doing. So I feel like I know what I'm doing, even though I'm always growing, right? I'm always looking for new ways, personal growth, but then, sometimes I'll build out a new module because a client has a question and I'm like, okay, this is going to now be in here. Circadian rhythm has been huge. So I've been adding that in, recently. So I feel more confident. I feel like I do have a lot of value to offer others. And I am very convinced that this is my calling, right? Like I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So,
Yeah.
and it just brings me a lot of joy.
I love that so much. I love that you have that knowing that this is your calling and it just brings you so much joy. I love that so much.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd love to hear what you're proud of yourself most for what you've accomplished.
Oh, well, I think I had kind of thought it was my clients' wins, right? Like that is what I am most proud of, is putting something out there in the world. So I would just say, even just being brave and courageous enough to say yes, right? Like I always want my clients to say yes because I'm excited for what's on the other side of their yes. And so I think, man, if I wouldn't have stepped out, right? If I wouldn't have, it was really hard to leave that last job that I had, right? Like I just even remember like the butterflies and the like almost want to vomit, like that I'm leaving, right? And can I do this? So I'm really proud of myself, I think, just for stepping out and moving forward towards what I really felt like I was supposed to be doing.
I love that. I love that you've grown so much in your courage and that you took that leap. And I know it is so exciting when we have clients say yes, because we know what's on the other side. We know the transformation they're going to have and how it's going to change their life. And it's just so much fun. So we'd love to hear more about your coaching. Can you tell us about any programs that you have going on right now? And we'd love to hear it.
Yeah. So 5 years ago, when you and I started, I had to name my little program and it was called Build a Healthy You. And technically it's still called that. It's still, at the time it was a 3-month program and I met for an hour every other week or twice a month. Now it's a 4-month program and we meet weekly. So that's kind of my biggest program. In that we talk about fuel. So how to fuel your body. We talk about foundational things like sleep, stress, and then we talk about flourishing. And that's really where, it's the things that people don't think about are included in their health. So that's really the big program that I work with the most. Like I said, it's kind of like what I said before. I do some things in the community. I don't really have a group program right now. I occasionally will do like some little master classes. I have one that I actually recorded and sell digitally now. Coming is going to be a membership program. So that's really what, I'm doing right now for my coaching programs.
Amazing. I love this so much. And we'd love to hear where you see yourself going from here. Like, what's your vision for the future?
Yeah. So, in 5 years, I went from being basically an empty nest to now I'm a Mimi of 4. So life has really been busy the last 4 years. And so within that, I feel like I've been coaching, but real steady. You know what I mean? Not like pushing to grow or anything like that. But now I feel like, I've kind of got the Mimi thing where I'm established with that, and my husband also recently is looking at a job loss with kind of like a major company. So to me, I really want to get out there a little bit more, share with what I'm doing so that it gives us a little bit even more flexibility to say, oh, if you need to change jobs, that's not a big of a deal. Or if you need to look for something for a couple months, it's not that big of a deal. So, me moving forward, I really just want to grow, probably double maybe the clients that I have now. Like I said, I'm very comfortable in what I'm doing, but I would like to grow for us financially, but also just to make more of an impact, right? And then really the next thing that I want to bring in is that membership program for clients who have already been through that still just want that little bit of a touch. Like they still just want to have that accountability and, throw things off of me, like ask questions. So that's coming next.
Amazing. So exciting. So incredible to see everything that you have been working on. I am just so happy for you and all your success, and your dedication to your calling is just really impressive and really inspirational. So we'd love to hear how people can reach out to you.
Yeah. So the easiest way is probably Instagram. I mean, I'm there a lot, which is just Kim Wagner Health. It's like at Kim Wagner Health. I do have a website, kimwagner.com. You can pretty much find how to get a hold of me there. If you go to the Instagram, there is a little Linktree link that you can click on, and that takes you to like a video of my coaching program. I did do like a little video that explains my program, like for potential clients. And it has different ways that you can pop in on my free, Facebook coaching group, different way, like a newsletter that I have, an email newsletter. So there, that just kind of runs down like the different avenues and ways to get a hold of me. Yeah.
Perfect. Amazing. Yeah, that link tree will be super helpful for everyone. And I love that you have your free community as well that people can join. So, well, congratulations on everything, Kim. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm so happy for you. And it was so fun to meet up with you again and to hear about all of your wins. So thank you so much for your time and for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much, Heather. And I do just want to say, I really do appreciate you. I think, the thing that's been so encouraging to me over, when we met and then over the last 5 years, you've always been so positive. You're very consistent. And like I said, I borrowed a lot of your confidence and bravery as you led the way. So I just want to thank you for that.
Oh, thank you so much, Kim. It means a lot to me. I appreciate you. All right. Well, thanks again for being here. Take care. I appreciate you.
Thanks. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.